and it won't be put up on the site, but I'll just use it for reference points, okay? Now, as you can see, I've got a little logo behind me. And what that is ITOD. That stands for International Tribe of Disruptors. And we're going to come to that in a minute. All right. Now, I think the easiest way for me to start with this is, let me share the screen and let me bring this up. Let me do this. All right. Everybody see that? Cool. International Tribe of Disruptors. Today in the marketplace, you're going to hear a lot about terminology like disruption. Apple disrupted the phone industry. It disrupted the music industry. Apple disrupted pretty much everything. Anything that will disrupt the status quo and improve it, you'll hear a lot about that in different technologies, in different industries. You know, you only got to walk into a supermarket today and you see all those self-checkouts. That is disrupting the employment regime within a supermarket. Okay, disruption. And the other thing you'll hear about in sales, if you're around the sales industry, is when you're talking to people, you need to, if you're in marketing and trying to sell something to somebody, it used to work on a step-stair basis, right? And you'd step on the first step, get them to the next step, get them to the next step. Today, you don't have time to do the step-stair basis in selling, in marketing of anything. You need an elevator. Put them on the bottom and shoot them through to the top. And so within the International Tribe of Disruptors, we've come up with some elevators. Now, we're not stepping away from FSI. We are not stepping away from FSI. One of the things we've got to understand is, if I can take you all back to where we were within the Amway days, we were in the Jaeger organization. Under that was called IDA. Under that, there was the Dean organization, the McKenna organization, the Madison, and there was FSI. We're all under the one banner. So we are not stepping away from FSI. We are staying firmly in FSI. This is not Tim having an ego trip, right? This is nothing like that. But I want to give you some tools in a minute that I think will enable you to advance yourself through to where you want to be. Let me explain something to you. The other day, last weekend, Paul McInerney and Suzanne Skillen were over at Trevor and Linda's, and they were there all weekend, and Trevor had a great chance to have a chat to him. And he asked Paul, you know, when he got into Amway, because Paul was in Amway years ago too. Well, it turns out that Paul got into Amway approximately 4 months prior to Trevor getting into Amway. But they got in totally different lines of sponsorship. Totally different lines. Right? Paul got into a thing called Network 21. They had an Amway and product upfront approach. Paul was, and Paul Skillen's, he like Paul McInerney, sorry, Paul has certainly got some skills. Let's not doubt that. Right? It took Paul 4 years to reach 18%. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar within the Amway organization, how the bonus structure worked, I want to put this in perspective. It went 3%, 6%, 9%, 12%, 15, 18, 21. When you held your bonus at 21%, you had to have 7,500 points or BV going through each month. When you held that for 6 months, you were qualified as a direct distributor. Trevor got into the Jaeger system, which was a curiosity business approach. We never talked about the product. We weren't like, no, we didn't stand up there and do product demos of how good our SA8 or LOC was. We were all talking about the business, the money, the goal, the dream. And in that same 4 years, Trevor hit 21%, taught 9 of his frontline to go 21%. So that made him an executive diamond. He had 4 diamonds in depth. They each had 6 frontline directs. And in total, he had 120 21% groups in his business. Now those, let's have a look at it. We'll go here, right? There's Trevor, EDC. 9 21% groups with approximately 200 people in each. His 4 diamond distributorships, and each of those 6 directs would have had 200 people each in them, and there was other directs down in depth in these organizations for a total of 120 of them, 120 direct legs. So another 120 or about another 100 groups with 200 in it. Paul didn't hit 21% in the same period of time as Trevor did this. What was the difference? The difference was that Trevor he worked in an organization that had a system. It was a business curiosity approach up front. We'd leave the word Amway to dead last, because half the time if you're doing a meeting and you get to the end of it and you say, and all the products come through Amway, half the room get up and walk out. Right? That's just how it was. Let's see what that sort of result got. Now, Paul, if we go back here, Paul would have been earning about $2,000 a month after 4 years. I don't know what Trevor was earning, but let's have a look and see what the fruit says. That was a house he built in 95. Now, I don't know much about the building of the house or what it cost, but it was built on Minyama Island, just up off Mooloolaba. And in 94, I can tell you that that block of land that it's sitting on was $500,000 in 94. And I know that because I was the witness to the deed. And I know that boat cost nearly $500,000 to build also. And to put it into perspective, see that area there on where my cursor is, if you can see that, that was the bedroom, the master bedroom. Below the master bedroom at the back was the garage. Inside the garage was a brand new 7 Series BMW L, a brand new 260Z Nissan. You see, the fruit, the system paid off because people didn't stop using the product because they were making the money. They were after the money. And people haven't changed that much. In actual fact, I'd say it's even got worse now. People need more money now than they did even back then. Now, this Jaeger system that Dexter Jaeger put together, we're just modeling ourselves off that. And let me show you why. See that house? See these cars? That's Dexter's Tennessee house. There are a few of his cars. This is Dexter's house in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, I've been there. And see that eagle in that driveway there? See that? That driveway is big enough to turn a 40-foot coach in. Ben, you'd understand how much room you need to turn a 40-foot coach, right? And that eagle, right, all the tiles that make up that eagle are like about that big. It's a mosaic. It took a few workmen weeks just to lay the eagle. And over here on the left-hand side, there's a 22-car garage, and I've seen that garage, and it's full, and it was full of Bentleys and Rolls Royces and Ferraris and Maseratis. Now, this is Jaeger headquarters. Dexter needed an office block to keep his system running. And this is one of the Jaeger Free Enterprise functions. And you probably count, I'm not going to count them, but you probably reckon there'd be a good 12, 15,000 people in there. That was one of about a dozen of those functions held around the world that month within the Jaeger organization. So when I say you've got to have a system, the system works. You see, we come back to that. These guys here, right? They're making $3 million a year. Right? Michael Klaus, Lynn Hagedorn, $3 million a year. They're Isagenix top income earners. Right? These guys making $2 million a year. Right? Jimmy Smith making $2.25 million. Herb and Patty Cepeda making $2.5 million. All these people use the curiosity/business approach. They don't even talk about the products if they can help it. Now, I reckon if these guys are doing it, they've got the fruit on the tree. They really do. And I think they'd be good people to follow. Jay Bennett, he's a good bloke, keeps it pretty simple. So when we work this out, how many people are on the call today? Let me stop sharing this for a second. How many of us are on the call today have had a good result on the product so far? Give me a wave on the product. Of course we have, right? How many of us have had just as good a result on the money? Oh. How many of us would like to have a really great result on the money as well as the product? Aha. All righty. So what we've got here is we've got a very one-sided affair going on. You can't go onto Facebook anywhere in Isagenix world today and without bumping into all these skinny girls and muscly guys, and it's product, 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 right? I'm not bagging the product. Not at all. All I'm saying is in 5 years' time, you won't even be able to find 90% of those people because they'll be gone. And why would they be gone? Well, they've got their result. They've had their 2 seconds in the sunshine. They've had people click and like their page. Their ego's been fed. They're gone. I don't need my ego fed. I need my wallet fed. You want your wallet fed? Yeah, let's get the wallets fed. That's what it's about. Okay? So, what are we doing about this? All righty. Well, I was talking to a mate and I told him what we were doing. And he said, that sounds pretty good. And I said, yeah, it's time you got back in again. And so you can't see him. He doesn't have a camera on his computer. But Glenn Davey is very instrumental with, I came up with the terminology, he came up with the logo, right? So thank you, Glenn. Now, what we've done is we've come up with a couple of little video clips to use as contacting tools that are curiosity getters. Now, again, please don't think for 1 minute, hang on, let me just stop that. Please don't think for 1 minute I'm stepping away from Trevor. I'm not. What I want you to understand is this. If you're quite happy using the 9-minute video that Trev's got and you're getting the results, use it, right? Just, you know, that's the key, right? Use that, right? Now, in all of this is It's just to give you a more direct approach or a more direct contact in a much shorter time. So what I want to do is I'm going to play one of these little videos. All right. And we'll go there. We'll share screen. We'll do this. Can everybody see that, I hope?
Hi, thanks for your time. The fact that you're watching this means that you're possibly in the looking zone. Just a couple of questions, if I may. Has your income gone up in the last 5 years to match the increase in food costs, power costs, fuel costs, and so forth? Have you had to cut back on some of the things you loved doing because of either the lack of time or the lack of money? Has any of this caused you stress or tension? I'm sure you're aware that there are people from all walks of life and various age groups who just seem to be the lucky ones. You know, they have lots of nice things, they travel, they just seem to cruise through life. Are they lucky, or is there a system? Well, they're not lucky. They think differently. They understand that trading hours for dollars means that their lifestyle is controlled by how many hours per week they can work. And if an employee, how many dollars per hour the boss is willing to pay. Instead, they've found a system that they could embrace that would create an ongoing source of income, an income without capital risk, a system that multiplies the effort of all involved, that can be duplicated around the world. See, when you have a system, your income is no longer dependent on your personal ability to perform. A system can create a situation where you can have both time and money. Now, we're a global system with proven financial results, with about $6 billion in sales. Thousands of everyday people are earning from a few $100s per week right through to several $1,000s per week. You could join them if you want. That amount of extra income would be great, wouldn't it? This could change everything for you. Now, we work on the basis that everyone eats food. And we're also partnered with the world leaders in clean nutritional food. Combine those two things with the FSI geometric progression system, and you have an amazing financial opportunity. Okay, the ball is now in your court. Either set a time with the person sharing this introduction clip with you to see the full program so you can make a fully informed decision, or say no thanks and just hope that things will somehow improve for you. Either way, thanks for your time.
Give me a wave if you like that little bit. Okay. All righty. Now, I'm going to share the screen again in a minute. Hang on, let me get this other one up. Okay, we go here. Oh, we go back there. And we get this down there. Now we share the screen.
Hi, thanks for your time. The fact that you're watching this means you're possibly in the looking zone. As we're all aware, there is nothing more certain than that change is inevitable. Now, just a couple of questions, if I may. If, like me, you're approaching, or you're already in the second half of the game of our life, number one, what is your financial scoreboard looking like? And how is it looking for the future? And secondly, how are your financial stress scores looking? And how are they looking for the future? Would you like to improve your financial score so you don't need to stress about what the future may bring? If so, please keep watching. I'm sure that you're aware that there are people from all walks of life and various age groups who just seem to be the lucky ones. You know, they have lots of nice things, they travel, they just seem to cruise through life. Are they just lucky, or is there a system? Well, they're not lucky. They understood that trading hours for dollars for 40 years or more, trying to save and put money into super, has not worked as good as it was meant to for most people. There is a way of thinking that is called system thinking. With a system, you can multiply your efforts and results. So what now? What if there was a simple system that you could access with no capital risk that could enable you to create an encore income utilizing the skills and talents that you've already developed over many years in the workplace? That'd be handy, wouldn't it? You see, a system multiplies the efforts of all involved. A system can be duplicated around the world. When you have a system, your income is no longer dependent on your personal ability to perform. This is a major key. A system can create a situation where you can have both time and money. Now, we work with a global system with proven financial results. In fact, over $6 billion worth of sales so far. Thousands of everyday people are earning from just a few $100s per week right through to several $1,000s per week. So you could join them if you want, but it has to be your choice. That amount of extra income would be great, wouldn't it? This could change everything for you. Now, we work on the basis that everyone eats food, and we're partnered with the world leaders in clean, nutritional food. Combine those two things with the FSI geometric progression system, and you have an amazing financial opportunity. Okay, the ball is now in your court. Either set a time with the person sharing this introduction clip with you to see the full program so you can make a fully informed decision. Get all the facts, as your future is important, isn't it? Remember, the best way to predict your future is to create it. Or say no thanks and just hope that things will somehow improve for you. Either way, thanks for your time.
All right. Well, the first one was a general for anybody sort of approach. The second clip is for us more mature folk, on the people over 50, because quite frankly, their superannuation is not going to cut it. And we've got another one coming for the 18-year-olds up to 35s. So we'll have 3 different contacts. Okay. Now, we will have, see our little brand on the back there, ITOD, right? So we will have our little video cards branded, all done up nicely with the screen.
Hi, thanks for your time. The fact that you're watching this means that you're possibly in the looking zone.
So what we're going to be able to do is you could have one of these in your pocket with whatever approach you feel comfortable using. You might want 2 of them, I don't know. And when you're talking to people, and we're going to get into the contacting in a minute, and people, you know, you lead the conversation in the direction you want it to go, and you say to people, you know, how's life, how's work, da 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 da. And Adam Chesney's got a great line with his business. People ask him how's business, and he goes, well, yeah, both of them are doing great. Well, what else are you doing? Well, he could say, well, look, I run an online business. If you've got 2.5 minutes, have a look at this, pull this out, and they get to watch it on the spot. And at the end of it, it says, you can either get together with us or you can do nothing. It's your choice. And you can book a meeting right there and then. Right there and then. Bang, bang, bang. You can do it over and over and over again. They're rechargeable, right? So they're going to be all branded up and have a little bit of wording on them and stuff like that. And at this stage, we reckon they're going to be about $22 each landed here and loaded up with the videos on them. Okay, and this is the elevator. This is when you're talking to your client, you're not slowly walking him through a process or her through a process. They have a look at this and it goes zoom, takes them straight to the top where you want them to book a meeting. Right? Now, what I want to do is I'm going to unmute everybody, so don't all talk at once. Please make sure the dog's not barking. Here we go. Unmute.
Yeah.
Okay. Has anybody got any questions?
Great for the money.
Mate, that's awesome.
Yeah, Tim, Tim, that's good. Is there any way of putting the 3 videos on one card?
No. Hang on, where are we?
Send me one.
We can only get one video on one card because the play time on the video isn't very long. Doesn't have much space on it.
Get this in.
Right? So, yeah, that's the problem with that.
Can we get it with a USB adapter so we can plug in the USB with three videos?
Say that again, Adam.
Can you get them with a USB thing in it so you can plug in the USB and play the 3 different videos?
No, we can't get them with a USB plug.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a game changer. You just pull it out the next time anywhere.
You can carry this with you anywhere and talk to anybody, and it'll be logoed up as ITOD, right? International Tribe of Disruptors. And down the bottom, it's going to say, you know, basically kicking the status quo to the curb. So they're going to look at it and go, oh, gee whiz, yeah, okay. Now, the people that I've shown this to, I did this yesterday. Where's Nat? Nat, are you there somewhere?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you are. When you first saw this yesterday, your eyes popped.
It's great. Yeah.
Right?
It's great. And I don't think it matters if you can only get one on hand. They're small and you only need 3 of them, so I don't think that's a big deal.
Not an issue,
Yeah. Right? Now, again, I've got to thank Glenn Davey for the masterful work that he's done putting this together.
On you, Glenn.
Way to go, Glenn. All righty.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is good.
Going to mute everybody again.
Brilliant.
So what we've got is we now have a curiosity approach that is short, sharp and shiny. So as if people go, well, hang on, yeah, okay, I better have a look at whatever it is. And look, some people are going to say no. It sorts them out. It's like Trevor said, it's sifting and sorting. But this only goes for 3 minutes, or 2.5 actually, a bit over 2.5. So that's part of it. Let's have another look at another part of it. All right. We better have a look at another part of it. I've got to get rid of these. Bear with me for a second, guys. I'll get that down there. And now I'm going to go and get, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. All right. Now, there was a few of you guys on Trevor's plan last night when Trevor went through the plan. He's tweaked it a little bit. I was talking to Trevor yesterday, and he knows I'm up to something. He's just not sure what, you know. And I've said, no, mate, look, it's secret squirrel business. It's skunk works. If I wreck my group, it hasn't infected the rest of your group. Now, this isn't going to wreck you. This is, if you grab this, if you understand the power of these tools, and I can tell you there's been weeks of work go into getting these done this way. I want to show you something. If we approach people with a business upfront approach, then we better show them a plan with a business upfront plan. Would that be fair? Yes, no? No? Yes? Okay, good. This is yes, this is no, and that's who cares, all right? So if we can work on that, that'll be good. Okay, let's have a little looky-see here. Let me share the screen. Wait a minute, share the screen. And let me go here. And let me go down here. Come on. Ah, you crazy thing. Why won't you do that for me? Looks like I've got to do it down there. Anyway, can't do it. I'll do it this way. It's okay the way it is, even though you can see the little slides on the side. Okay, welcome to the evolved economy. This is a 21st business system. And I'm very excited to share with you what I've found that's making a lot of money for a lot of people from all walks of life. I have said nothing about a product, feeling better, getting healthier, none of it. Next slide. Right? And what we're doing can be for everyone. We're looking for those people who are looking for something more. Now, here's the only part where we mention a little bit about health. More free time, more money, more energy, better weight control, more fun, longer term, better long-term health, plus an ongoing residual income. And could you imagine how you would feel if time and money were no longer an issue in your life? Time and money, time and money. 79 million people are going to open a home-based business in the next 5 years. 79 million. Right? Why? Because they're wanting more out of life. Now, this is a proven system. It's been helping people with earning additional income for several years. Not their health. About 60,000 people in Australia order food through this system. Why do we mention that? Because on here, we're talking about we're partnered with the world leaders in clean nutritional food. It's all got to tie together. We will be using the term BV or business volume throughout this presentation. This is used to describe the volume of products, food, purchased in each business centre. For example, 100 BV equals $50 a week or $200 a month. As everybody eats food every day, this becomes a transfer spend, not an additional expense. So we're still talking about food and business. To help put the rest of this presentation in perspective for you, what's your normally weekly spend on food, groceries, coffee, energy drinks, supplements, snacks, and chocolates? And we're into the business. We're into the business. Now, this is the video that Trevor does. I'll just play a little bit so as you...
So it also,
right?
And more product is shifted, more volume is added to your two teams. And every time you get to 300 points on one side and 600 points on the other, you'll do another cycle.
Okay, and it goes through there, and up here at the end, he's going through the spreadsheet.
Here. If what is ordered over here is duplicated by...
Okay, so that's the same. Then we just scroll down through here. This one, this one, this one, this one. It's all the same. There's no need changing everything because it's not broken. We just needed it in a better order to bring up from the business perspective. If we're approaching people from a business perspective and we start trying to give them 20 minutes of product knowledge first, I think we've just shot ourselves in the foot. Okay? You can change your life by changing where you spend $50 a week. All right? And we've got that. It's a very simple business system. Change your line of supply, order a few days in advance, share the concept with the people you know, teach them how to do the same. And by repeating this process over and over again, you can achieve any income level you wish. You see, there's a huge problem out there. It's called the lack of money, lack of financial security. It's a huge problem. If we could solve the problem, we have a massive business potential. Now we go into the product. Right? We go, oh, sorry, we do this one again. So that reiterates what Trevor had on the spreadsheet. Then we go in here, and for a business to be successful, it must provide products or services. So we've got the business model. Now, for that business model to be successful, we must have good products and services. So we go down through the products. The thing I've changed on Trevor's, I don't have Mary Evans in here. What I've done is I've gone back to the Are You Toxic video because, well, let me play a little bit of that for you.
In our foods, and we're doing that to allow industry to advance, but in the process we're introducing hundreds and hundreds of pollutants into our bodies.
In particular, I worry about pesticides, herbicides on the fruit and vegetables you eat, and on the animal side, very concerned about growth hormone, steroids, antibiotics being injected into the food supply.
Prescription drugs that are now showing up in the water supplies, about arsenic that's showing up in the water supplies, heavy metals.
We have sterilized our topsoil. The pesticides not only kill the living organisms that come to attack the farmer's produce, but it also hits the topsoil and it kills all the living microorganisms and bacteria that convert an inorganic rock mineral into an organic form for it to be absorbed and uptaken by the plant.
Okay, so we do that. Then we go to this diagram, which just is basically a picture of what they were talking about on the video. Okay, then we go into here and explain, look, what we've got is not, because on that Are You Toxic, they go through the products. It's not a diet, it's a body cleanse, and we explain, it's all written there, by getting rid of the toxins out of the body that they were talking about in the video, the pollutants, our body comes back to its natural, healthy state. And our nutrition, I've left the telomeres in there, that's all in there. This is the only 2 clips of Jimmy Smith I've got in here. Jimmy Smith joined at age 74. He sponsored his 2 daughters, and the family's now earned $57+ million. And this was, whoops, get back there. This was Jimmy on his 80th birthday. That's Jimmy on his 90th birthday, blah, 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 blah. I've got the athletes in there. We can use that if we like. Tanya Kirkpatrick's still there. And we get down through there, and it's all pretty much the same all the way down through the rest of the plan. Now, so let me do what? Let me stop sharing that. So what we've done is we've basically flipped the plan. We've taken it from a product introduction plan, then business, to a business, then product plan. All right. Now, what I'm going to be doing over the next 3 weeks is I'm going to be showing on the, next 3 weeks, on the Tuesday night and the Wednesday night and the Tuesday night, I'm going to be going to show the plan, but I'll be showing 3 different plans. Why? Because we've now got 3 different plans to match our little dooflicky. We'll have a plan that will match the 18-year-olds. All right, let me just get that down there. Shut Jimmy down. Go to share screen. All right, here's the 18 plus. Welcome to the evolved economy, disrupting the status quo. Because that's what's going to be on their little contacting thing. A bit about the status quo. Who wants to be normal? Right? We disrupt how young people think of income earning. We disrupt the concept of having a job. We disrupt the concept of healthy food. And we work from a basis of contribution, and we refuse to settle for the status quo. What we're doing can be for everybody. We are a group of young people who are looking for something more. And away we go again, right? The evolved economy, what would you do with the extra money? How would you feel if time and money were no longer, no job, no boss, just free, right? We come down through here, all the same stuff, all the same thing. Now, where this is going to get a little bit different is down here. We get into the products. Again, now we've got younger people in the picture, and we've got a different video here. There is no sound on this video, right? This is very interesting. Goes for 3 minutes. I'll just click through it a bit. That's her big sister beside her, the little one. So it goes through. That is one different girl. I'll just bring this back into shape a bit more. She was bullied every day at school. How many kids are out there just like that? Then we get down here, and what we're talking about here is that our products and systems solve problems. We've sold over $6 billion of these products since 2002, thousands of lives transformed. Let's watch some of the young Australians who've solved their financial issues and health problems and are free. This is a brilliant, brilliant video.
My days now, I wake up at 5 a.m. and that's my meditation time, my connection time. After that is my workout. So I'll either head to the beach or head to the gym and do some sort of fitness routine. After the gym, come home, get organised and head to my office.
A day in the life of my life. I don't have an average day. I've done that bit where every day was the same day, it was Groundhog Day, and I don't want that. So every day I try and make different.
We wake up about 6 o'clock in the morning. Usually the first 20 minutes we spend doing some personal development. So we've got like a pile of books by the side of each of our bed. Then from 7 till 9 is lockout time, because that's like crazy hour in our house. That's when we're getting the kids ready to school, breakfast, lunches, you know, making sure they're not running out of the door with one sock, getting them off to school.
And we just dedicate that morning to getting the kids ready, and that's how we get started as well.
I try and be in the office 5 days, and my days are really quite structured. I will come into the office and it might be emails, three-way calls, income-producing activity, team training, and generally a couple of days a week, a couple of half days of just be out of the office, meeting people and being a bit more social and creating a little bit more balance.
When I got started, my ultimate freedom goal was to have $1,000 a week coming in and not have to wake up at 4 a.m. to go work with someone to get it. Joining network marketing, I didn't have much experience apart from, you know, college and being a warehouse picker packer, but what I did learn through life is through basketball and teamwork and leadership and working together.
Once we drop the kids off, we hit the gym and we have our morning workout together. Then we usually come home and then start our work day. We try to get all of our appointments done during the day while the kids are at school. That's what one, you know, benefit about being in the industry that we're in, that we get to work our business around our children.
I I still remember so clearly when the box arrived. I felt sick because I was so against anything in a packet. But little did I know that this brown box was going to change my life forever.
My ITOD journey started, I said no for about 2 years, and eventually I got to a point in my life where I just knew the way I was doing things, both with my eating and exercise and trying to get ahead in life, it wasn't working. So I went looking for a network marketing company because I knew they'd have a system for me to follow.
So in the beginning, you know.
So did you hear that? He knew they would have a system for him to follow. Wouldn't have to figure it out himself. You've got to have a system.
We got really excited and we were just so motivated. We had goals that we wanted to hit. We were actually working 24/7. So we very quickly realized that we needed to get some kind of schedule in place.
Once I caught the vision of Isogenics and became more involved in the culture, and I realized that that was really my passion. That really is my passion. It was a juggling act to try and balance my osteo job, home life, and my passion. And at the beginning, it was really about just fitting it into the pockets of my time.
I know I get overwhelmed if I'm trying to do too much at once. A bit of a simple mind, but I know if I just work with a few key people at once, I can really give them my all.
I was a stay-home mum, and Cal's actually spent the last 10 years working in corporate education. And I think just like any family, or many families these days, you know, we were just living week to week. But we had a lot of goals, a lot of ambition, but you know, a lot of dreams. We just had no idea how we were going to be able to achieve them.
My name's Ash Good. I'm an osteopath, wellness coach, and now a network marketer.
I'm Sam.
I'm Carl.
And we're just your typical family with 3 children and a dog.
And we're network marketers.
My name is Jackson Parr. I'm 28 years old. I'm a network marketer. And to me, network marketing is just like someone wanting to be a plumber or a banker or any other career out there. It's just another career path for people to live the life they want.
I reckon that is just brilliant. So then we get down here a bit, and then we've got this one in here.
You know, so often we're programmed to go to school, get a degree, enter the workforce, trade time for money, live paycheck to paycheck, and then work the 40-hour-a-week plan for 40 years until we're 65 years old. And then we can go and enjoy our life. And that's really setting our life up for a life of mediocrity. So the Start Your Life movement is a group of passionate, motivated, like-minded young people who are going against the status quo. And we're not content with being chained to a cubicle for the rest of our life. The truth is that we want to travel the world and experience incredible adventures. We want to be able to retire our mom and dad. We want to have the ability to wake up every single day knowing that we can contribute on a massive scale. So how do all these young people achieve this extraordinary life? We've done it through 2 main avenues. One is the business model of network marketing, and the other is aligning ourselves with a company called Isogenics. Now, Isogenics has health products that produce visual and emotional results for people. So if you're looking to shed some weight, if you're looking to put on lean muscle mass, if you're looking to increase your energy levels, Isogenics has health products that provide solutions for people. When you have something that works like that, it's natural to want to go share that with people that you care about. We go out and get paid to change people's lives on these products. We are showing young people how to take ownership of their life physically and financially and live a life of total freedom and contribution, and really telling the status quo to shove it, because life is too short to be mediocre. Why not be extraordinary?
Why not be extraordinary? So this is the young, you know, the 18 plus one. So we just get down through the bottom down here. And then this screen here, this one says, do you have any questions and what would you like to do? Create an extraordinary life or simply use the products? An extraordinary life, I think is a great phrase, to have an extraordinary life. And then, of course, well, we've got the over 50s one. Now I'm going to go and grab that and share that, only a couple of little bits with you, because the plan is basically the same. There's little differences in the beginnings and the ends, but we've got the business up front approach, money up front, product at the back. Okay, so let me just go and get this all sorted out here. I'll drop that out. Do that. Save that. Come on, go. That's it. I'll get this one up. Put that down there. Okay, share screen. Where is it? This one. Well, isn't that a different looking picture? And if you notice, down in the bottom right-hand corner, we've tagged our slides with the ITOD logo. A lot of them have got both the logos in there, the FSI and the ITOD, right? So let's go back here for a second. Welcome to the FSI system. This is a 21st century business system. I'm very excited to share with you what I've found is making a lot of people a lot of money from all walks of life. So we're still talking money. All right. Now that's the same. This one's a bit different. There are some hurdles to consider in the future as we go forward. So we're working on the basis that these people have seen the more senior episode of this, right? Of the little contact. Now, you're going to be able to have the contact on this. You're going to be able to send it out on your phone. You're going to be able to send it out as an email. So we have a raft of tools or methods to deliver this message, right? So there are some hurdles to consider in the future as we go forward. Will these costs come down soon or will they continue to increase? Well, that's a dumb question because they're just going to go up. And I've put this here, Australia's household power prices rose by 63% in the last decade. In actual fact, they went up by 189%. And anybody who's switched on will go, that's crap. They went up a lot more than that. Well, of course it did, right? Figures from the Bureau of Statistics show the cost of basic essentials like fuel and transport are rising at their fastest pace and are well above the growth in wages. 8th of February 2018, the ABC. How's your retirement fund? Anything but super. Now, this one here, this is the excerpt out of 60 minutes. And I want to play a little bit of this.
There's a question.
All right, let's get up here a bit further.
Dreams we might ever have had of putting up our feet might be just that, dreams. What do you think is the future of retirement? What do you realistically think?
I don't think there'll be a concept of retirement. Retirement is a word from another age.
Way back in the 1990s, I wasn't even thinking about retirement when the nation's treasurer, Peter Costello, told us it wasn't an option. And today, that advice hasn't changed. Peter Costello is now my boss at Channel 9, and I'm, well, a bit older. Look, I'm of retiring age. You're the chairman. When can I go? When should I go?
You ought to keep going until you drop.
Work till you drop. Yes, it's all coming back to me. That famous or infamous Costelloism.
Work till you drop. It wasn't my best vote getting line.
No.
But it was true. I think there are people that thought at 65, 67, 70, they might have enough to retire on, but they won't. And it's been a very testing investment climate. And I'd say to retirees now, better take a big interest in this. because investment returns are going to be really challenged in the years ahead.
I love that bit because he said, you better take a big interest in this. He didn't say what, he said this. And if we're showing him something, and Peter Costello has said there's not going to be enough money to retire on, your superannuation's not going to make it because the interest rates are going to be challenged too hard, you better take a big interest in this. I think that's gold. And then we've got another Channel 9 news, Channel 10 news report.
Pensioners are eating into their savings or simply going without.
Australian seniors face an uphill financial struggle.
Okay, and that goes on to reiterate that again. And then we go down through the same process, same. We get down through here. I've left Matt Dunning in there, except this time we've got the pictures of the more senior folk amongst the tribe. All righty. And then many of us have not understood the dangers of the environmental toxins. And then we go into, are you toxic? And then we got the same again. So basically I wanted to keep the whole process very, very similar to each plan. If you can flick from one to the other, you can show one plan today and the different plan tomorrow, and you're not going to get confused. In this one here, it says some Australian millionaires. Let's listen to what David and Irene Miller from WA have to say. David and Irene are earning 20,000 plus a week. And here's a little video from David and Irene.
We've always loved the water, both of us. Most days in the summer, we would be down the beach doing something. It's just a great, great lifestyle.
We've been...
So that goes through just what a lovely lifestyle they've got. And that's all good. We go through the same stuff here. And we just keep going down. And it's all basically the same. Now, what I've done is, even though this is an over 50s one, I've left Jackson Parr in here because what I've done is I've put here, are there any younger members of your family that would like to have this sort of income? So mum and dad would be thinking of their kids or their grandkids or whatever, and they go, well, hell yeah, you know, Freddie's a good kid, and Margie, man, she'd really go for it, you know. So that's why we've left Jackson in there. All right, we get down the bottom. And it's all the same. All righty, so we'll stop sharing. All right, I'm going to unmute everybody. All righty. So basically what we've got is we will have 3 separate contacts. We have 3 separate plans that you can use to match your contact.
So when
you're more targeted your audience. Okay.
Oh, that's brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, a lot.
When can we get them?
Yeah. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, hang on, I'm going to have to mute everybody. I've got too much background noise.
Headsets.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask everybody to either text me or send me a message on Messenger or whatever. Like I said, these are going to be about $22 each, these little fellas. And let me know whether you want 1, 2, and 3, and whether you want the young one, the middle, or the over 50s. Let me know which bracket you want, or you can have all 3, of course. Now, the other thing, what I'm going to do is we wanted to put a whole heap of stuff on a USB, but we didn't want you to get your USB confused with other USBs. So what we're doing is we're putting all 3 plans on the USB. We're putting the YouTube clips on the USB. All right, hang on, I'll just turn that off. We're putting those YouTube clips on the USB so you can go and get them off YouTube on your phone and everything else. So Corinne found a very cute little USB. It's gold. It will be signed up with the ITOD logo on it. Right, and it has a little clip, so as you can clip it on to whatever you want, and it won't get confused with any other USB that you've got. Okay, so now tonight's a big night, and I know it's already 9 o'clock. Okay, but we're not finished. What I want to do is I just want to go back and have a look at this. Let me share, put that down. Let me share the screen. Grab that. If you change the system, you change the results. Right? Peter M. Senge wrote a book, The Fifth Discipline. It's all about systems learning and learning organizations. I read it years ago. And you only have to make a small change. And I explained this to somebody today. If you're driving down the road in your car and you're doing, say, 100 kilometers an hour, and your fuel burn rate is 10 litres per 100. So you've got your foot at the position of 100 kilometers an hour and you're burning 10 litres per 100 kilometers. If you change that system and lift your foot back to 90 kilometers an hour, you're probably going to be burning about 8 litres per 100. A small change makes a big difference. Totally different result. Go a lot further. Right? So Paul had a product up front company approach and he achieved about $2,000 a month. Trevor had a curiosity approach, business approach, and in the same period of time probably earned a bit over, I don't know, $1 million, maybe $2 million. It's a big difference. Huge difference. Right? You see, brains and parachutes both work the same way. They both need to be open to work properly. That's why we use the curiosity approach. See, many people have either been in isogenics or know someone who was, and they have no understanding of the bonus systems. All they did was buy a brown box. You can say, oh yeah, look, it's all done through isogenics. If someone says to you, well, you know, what's all this? You know, what's the company? Oh, well, we're working through ITOD and we're using the FSI system. Well, I never heard of it. Their mind is now open. They're curious. Well, what's ITOD and what's FSI system? What's that? They're questioning. Their mind is opening up. Oh, it's all done through isogenics. Oh, my sister was in that. She lost a lot of weight, but oh, hell no, I don't want to do that. Totally different. Their mind's not open. Big difference. Huge difference. Totally different. You know, in Melbourne, we filled the tennis centre at one stage, and then we filled Olympic Park Stadium as well, the same weekend. You know, I think there was something like 28,000 people turned up. 28,000. That's a lot. Okay. So now, as I said, we haven't finished. At the end of these contacts, we asked the people, you can either have a look at this and get all at the whole program and get all the facts, or you can do nothing. At the end of each plan, there's a question in there that says that basically you can either create an extraordinary life or just buy the products. Which would you want to do? Right? Now, what I'm looking at is we've geared the whole thing up to be able to create an absolute explosion. We've heard the word momentum. Momentum. You've got to build momentum. You've got to have momentum. Well, nobody much in here has ever seen anything of momentum, real momentum, because I think we're very passive. Oh, I don't want to push people. Oh, I don't want to be coming across as forceful or anything like that. No, me neither. But I can tell you this, people that when you show them this plan, they don't know what to do next until you tell them what to do next. It's brand new. They've got no idea. They don't know. And if you don't tell them, I'll guarantee you what they will do is nothing. They will do nothing. Oh, well, I'll wait a month and see how I go on the products. It's got nothing to do with the products. This is about the money. Right? The product's just the product. So let me share the screen again. All right, where's my little thingy down here? Building momentum. Now, I haven't come up with this. All I've done is tweak it a little bit. This is from Big L Tom Schreider. Now, guys, as I'm talking to the converted here, as we know, we're building two legs, right? That's all we've got is two legs. And let's say I've just sponsored Craig or John, right? And I could say, hey, John, look, as you know, we're just starting to open up this totally new system in this area. We're going to be putting about 20 people into the organisation in the next couple of weeks. We'd actually like them all to be in your organisation. Now, this would give you a tremendous start, wouldn't it? And John's going to go, well, yeah. John's nodding his head, right? Yeah. John, as you can see, this could get exciting real quick. I know you probably have a few close friends and family that you would like to help. As long as we're going to be building the organisation of new people in your team, maybe we should give some thought to sponsoring your friends and family first. That way they can benefit financially from this growth. Now, in each of those little plans, at the end, there's a thing there that says it's just the share sheet that Trevor did, and it's got two lines. Who do you know? Right? And we fill that out and we go, well, okay, who should we invite to have a look first? So John I can flick the contact to John's phone or to Craig's phone. John could ring Darren up and go, hey, Darren, I just got onto something I think looks pretty good. Are you open to looking a way to make a few quid? Darren's going to go, yeah, sure. What is it? Look, I haven't got all the details, but I'll send you this link. It only goes for 3 minutes. I'll ring you back in 10. Bingo. Darren goes, well, that looks all right. We could set up a Zoom at John's house and show Darren, or we could organise a time to go and see him if he lives close or whatever, but you get that contacting rolling through straight after the meeting. Because people don't know what to do until you teach them and show them what to do. Now, I know that not everyone's going to do that because everyone's different. But I can guarantee you, those who would do this, you will find people in your group bouncing. You'll have volume going everywhere. Why? Because it creates excitement and people want to be a part of something that's exciting. They don't want to be a part of something that takes 2 months to try and figure out whether it's going to work. Oh, this must be the snail game. Right? No. We're talking to people about money. We're not talking to people about product, right? If we want to talk to people about product, that's fine. I'm not saying you can't. All I'm saying is you're not going to get the growth and the volume and the long-term security of income on just product. We need to build business structures and we need to bring people in. Here's an affirmation that Corinne's done. And it says, we are attracting hungry, ambitious people into our isogenics business who see it the same way as we do and are prepared to put in the work required. Our isogenics business is growing exponentially and our income increases exponentially. You see, in any form of sales, what you want to do is you're listening for what the people want, need, what their requirements are, and then you show them how what you've got fulfills those requirements. Everybody out there today is running low on dough. They are running low on dough. And if you could show something like Jackson Parr, all right, he's the exception. He's not the rule, it's the exception. But Jackson Parr did $700,000 profit in his first year as a warehouse picker-packer. Surely you've got a few more people around you. You've got a bit more credibility than a warehouse picker-packer. You think about it. All right? Now, I've got to go and get one more video. Bear with me for one momento, please. Where is it? There. Now, I know a lot of people, and me included, and this is what I shared on Saturday about rejection. Look, I sit up here on the end of my computer. You're sitting on the end of yours. I'm up here jibber-jabbering away. And you think that, oh, yeah, well, it's okay for Tim. Tim can do it. Tim's done it before. Tim did this. Look, when I was trying to, well, let me do it this way. We spent the best part of bit over $1.5 million trying to get our hydrogen business into a global market. And at the age of 55 through to 65, or actually it was 54, 53 through to 64, I couldn't tell you how many times I was rejected. I was rejected by Cummins engines. I was rejected by Caterpillar engines. I was rejected by every minister of government, whether it was the Minister for Environment, the Minister for Fisheries, the Minister for Transport. I was rejected by thousands of truck companies, four-wheel drive owners. You got no idea. It got to the stage at the end of it, I could not pick up my phone. I could not pick up my phone and make one more phone call. I didn't want to get out of bed. I was in bed at 10 o'clock in the morning and supposed to be running a business. It didn't just send us broke, it broke me. And then Trevor comes along and goes, mate, we got this great thing, blah, blah. Oh, Lord, no, please. When we first got into isogenics, I could have no more built an isogenics business than I could have, jumped to the moon. I was busted. Right? And it's taking me 6 years to repair the brokenness in here, to get a spirit of boldness back, a cup full of courage back, to say, I've got all these people who are looking up to me. I have to find a way to make them win, so as that all that I've said and all that I've done isn't for nothing. And I know there's a lot of you who, none of us like rejection. We all want to be accepted. We all want our ideas and our ideals to be accepted. Well, life is that it won't always work that way. It just won't work that way. But the key here is you've got to have the courage to know that you can move through it. It might be little step by little step, and you might have to put on a brave face when some days you just want to go and crawl under the quilt and die. And somebody rings you up and you've got to sound happy and chirpy on the phone as you're wiping the tears away from your face. I'm going to show you a video that really I think is going to help us all. Because you see, in isogenics, they make a lot of money available for those people who will grasp the opportunity and find a way to make it work. And I think with our 3 contacts, our 3 separate plans to relate to the 3 different demographics, and our delivery systems will make a big, big, big difference. It should lift your confidence a lot to be able to go out and talk to people so as that you don't have to do a lot of the talking. This can do a lot of your talking for you, right? That'll do a lot of your talking. Take the pressure off. The star chart that I show, I only ever show it down to 8 star. 250 cycles, $15,000 a week. It goes all the way down to 20 star at 850 cycles a week and $51,000 US a week. Oh, a week. You know, like that's a bit over 2.5 million US a year. Now, most people here have either got jobs or had jobs. And I'll tell you this, if your boss said to you, I want you to stand on your head and yodel like something like a banshee, and I want you to do it 5 days a week, and I'll pay you $2.5 million, you'd probably do it. People would be walking past looking at you like you're some sort of nutter. But for $2.5 million, I'll do it. This is easy. Here's the thing. I want you to stop thinking that you're selling isogenics. You're not. We market a system and we use the product. We market a system, right? So we're not out there selling isogenics. We've got a system that produces money like nothing on earth for those who will go through whatever it is you've got to go through. Now, I'm going to play this little video. It only goes for 3 minutes. Bear with me. We're going to bring her up. And it's going to be here somewhere. Where the heck is it? There it is.
I did not have a rich father, not from, well educated. I said I tried 3 times for university, all failed. I applied for Harvard for 10 times, all failed. They don't even want to see me. And I think that is a normal life, right? And I believe that it was so difficult at that time. I was so frustrated. But I believe that something is waiting for me there. And I have to work hard to prove myself. So that was the tough experience. Nobody believed that I could be successful because everybody say, well, this guy think differently, think crazy, you know, they think about something never work. That is the history. That's the thing. And now after 16 years, we have we have Alibaba group, we have a Tmall group, we have a Taobao group, we have Alipay. And people say, how you make it? Why this make it? Why people cannot find opportunities, you can find opportunities. And I think people, same here today. Jack, where's the opportunity? I don't have a job. I don't have this, I don't have that. And then when you think about this, start to do it. I saw a lot of people, young people, have fantastic ideas every evening. But in the morning, they go to the office again. Make the move. Make the action. To everybody, to any person, tomorrow is new. Well, I said, if something, everybody believe it, everybody love it, forget about it. That's not your opportunity. Because when everybody agrees, why this opportunity should be yours? Because a lot of people don't agree with it. And you think this is good. Think carefully and find a group of people working together. And making sure the people working with you together believe the dreams. Whether investors believe in this or not, whether your friends believe it or not, whether your parents believe it or not, that's not important. You believe it. Your team believe it. And work day and night on this. That's how the things happens. Don't complain. Let the other people complain. Those people complain, those people who steal. And do not always say, well, I don't have. Think about how you can make things different. Use your own brain to think. And believe one thing, this is also another last advice I want to give you. You have to work very hard. Right? Either work for the others or work for yourself. And I choose the way, work for myself. But working for myself, that means working for the society. If you really want to work for yourself, think about the others.
If you really want to work for yourself, you've got to think about others. We now come to the last little bit of what I want to share with you. We have an ITOD YouTube channel, which will not it'll only ever have very positive business money clips put on it. And the other thing we have is we have a separate ITOD Facebook page. Now let me just put that down there. I'll go and share the screen. This is our ITOD secret group. Secret group, not a closed group. This is a secret group. Welcome, International Tribe of Disruptors. We are disrupting the concept of having a job. We are disrupting the concept of income. And we tell the status quo to shove it. We are ITOD. Then Corinne did this, put all that on that picture. And in this Facebook group, there will not be any product information, recommendations, or anything. This page is only for business builders. All right. And it's set so as that you can't just invite anybody onto it. They have to be cleared by Corinne or I. And this page is going to be our go-to business builders page. The TNC Isogenics page will still operate. It'll still be there. But what I'm trying to get across tonight is that where I'm changing my focus to get the results that I know are possible in network marketing from what I've learnt previous, what I've seen results in Isogenics from people who are using a business curiosity approach. I know that the Stark Group get great results because they're dealing with all these young people. They're hungry, they're ambitious. So we've got a young person's plan and a young person's approach. We've got the universal one, and then we've got the one that's more suited for the 45, 50 years and above. I want everybody in our group to have something, a tool that they can use, that they can pull out of their hat, that they can point the right fishing bait at the right fish and get the result. Guys, it's a mind shift. The whole thing is a mind shift. So what we're going to do is, in about the next week or 10 days, I will have all these available and I will post them out to you, right? And everybody that wants them will have them. Now, if you're feeling that you're not ready to start building yet, that's fine. No pressure at all, right? But if you feel that you just want to uncork yourself and just go, then now would be a real good time to have a crack, I can tell you. All righty. So on the FSI seminar on Saturday, the 24th, I was talking to Trevor and Linda yesterday. They are coming over. That's great. We will have the function is going to run on a similar vein as to what we did the last function. So it's going to be more dream and goal focused. And Corinne and I are going to be running that one so as that it's down the path that we feel that works best for our guys. And Lisa, her function up in the Gold Coast, that is turning out to be an absolute corker. We got people, I don't know that we're actually all going to fit in that room. That's going to be the challenge. But hey, look, let them stand against the walls. It'll be exciting days, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to unmute everybody again. And I'm going to ask...
Did you say it was at the same place again?
Yeah. Has anybody got any questions on all this stuff that I've gone through?
Tim, it's Glenn here. Mate, can I just share something with the group?
Yeah, you can.
Saturday, I sent a mate of mine in Melbourne the general ITOD contacting thing. Within an hour, he came back to me wanting more information. I've contacted, I was talking to one of my referral partners in my business on Monday. He made the mistake of making some complaints about where things were going. And I sent him the contacting, the over 50 contacting tape. Here's his reply, which I got during the meeting tonight. So Glenn, I need more info to see if I'm interested to go any further. He wants to see the plan. So this tool has been working for me. And that's out of the first 5. I've got 3 no's and 2 yeses, and it hasn't destroyed my confidence.
Yeah. Excellent, Glenn. Excellent. Well, it's really interesting because tomorrow I've got to sign up a guy in Western Australia that I sent the over 50s to, and I've never met him. I've only ever spoken to him on the phone. I wouldn't know what he looked like. And I've got to go through and do a Zoom call with him and his wife. And he said, look, he said, as long as there's a quid in it and it's legal, he said, I'm in, just show me what I can do. Right? And look, for whatever reason, and I think everything has a season, everything has a reason, that I think now's our time, guys. You know, now's our time. If, you know, there comes a time in the tide of human events which, when taken at the flood, leads on to greatness. And I just feel inside that I think we're onto something. I really do. I think we're onto something.
And Tim, how much are the USB sticks?
Sorry, Lisa.
How much are the USB sticks?
Oh, they're free.
And they're loaded.
Sorry, Maria.
Are they loaded?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, they've got everything on them.
Right. Because I'm still having problems with the other one on the computer, so that'd be great.
Okay, yeah, no. We'll just post these out to you. All right. So you will have everything on this. You'll have the 3 contacting clips, that, like, to be able to go to YouTube and get them. You'll have the clips, so as you can just put it onto your computer, so you can do other stuff with them. You'll have the 3 plans. You'll have the link to the ITOD Facebook page. You'll have the building momentum sheet. So you know, where you will have everything on here for free. The only thing that people need to pay for is, if they want to order these, I'll send you out the account. You can put it in. These are going to cost us about $22. We're going to order, I think our first order's going to be about 100. So
is there 3 different ones of them as
3
well?
different ones then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
ones of those as well.
Oh, yeah. I thought that's what he said.
Yeah.
So,
Only under $70.
You don't want 2 of everything.
$70. Great.
Yeah, so good.
All right. Anybody else got any other questions?
Any ordering those tablet little thingies?
Yeah.
Yeah, then when can we get them?
They'll take about, we're saying 2 weeks, because that's what they're telling us.
Yeah.
All right. So if you pre-order those, you'll be the first ones to get them, sort of thing. So.
Yeah. Well, send me your bank details and I'll put some money in tomorrow.
Yes, me too.
Well, you got to send me the information. Send me your order on either text or messenger or something, so that I don't lose track of who's doing what. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, the other side of this is, in isogenics, we're not allowed to run a tools business. We are not allowed to make a profit on anything like this that we market to anybody in our group. Okay. That's why we're doing these for free. We're doing these at whatever they cost us. So we're not running a tools enterprise within isogenics, but we need to get the tools out to you guys. All right.
Right. Thank you, Tim.
It's been really good. So, any other questions? All good?
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. Good work.
Awesome.
Yeah, fantastic.
Let me just wrap it up with this. We've been out here having a crack at this for a while. Fiddling around, having a go, sponsoring a few here, helping a few there. Right now, as of today, because you got to understand, I'm so glad tonight's nearly over, because this has been doing my head in for days. But anyway, I want you to know this, that it is my intent to make sure that those of you who are on this call, who put your hand up and say, I am prepared to work with you and do the work, not talk about it, not think about it, not hope, not wish, but do the do. I'm in, boots and all. Pick me. I will back you up as best I know how, as often as I possibly can, no matter where, no matter what, until we get the win. Because I know that the potential that this group has. I know the potential you've got. You may not understand your potential, but I know the potential that you've got. All right? And so what I want you to understand is this. ITOD, and that's you, is not just me. It's not just Glenn who helped me put all this together. Right? It's not just Corinne. Right? It's you. I would love to see this group start popping out people that are being recognized at some fairly high pins, at some fairly interesting places, and maybe not this coming year in February when we go to Celebration. But could you imagine going to Brisbane in 2020 with about 1,000 or 2,000 of us walking around in ITOD shirts? International Tribe of Disruptors. Do you think we might disrupt their seminar a little? Do you think it might turn a head or two? Do you think people might come up and say, where did you lot come from? Who are you? Because that's the picture I see. That's the picture I see. And I hope it's part of the picture you can see too. Because I reckon that everybody on this call, with a little bit of effort, could be making probably $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a week pretty quick. $3,000 a week would take the pressure off, wouldn't it? $5,000 a week would probably stay home. You wouldn't bother going to work, would you? Rocky Spencer definitely wouldn't be getting out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Not at that money. You know, Paul White, Paul would stay home. No, Paul would go taking photos all over the country at that sort of money, right? Lisa would sit there and paint the most magnificent paintings in a glorious studio. She is the most incredible artist. She just doesn't have the time or the money to be able to do it the way she wants to. Darren Hutchins, he built a house up there in Blanchetown overlooking the river that the locals would go, who the hell built that? Right? Huh. Amazing. Mike Stevenson. Mike could be running around in a brand new Mercedes-Benz crew cab, 4-wheel drive, extended chassis, 6-wheel equipped thing just to drag his motor home and toy hauler with. Mike wouldn't have a job. He'd be looking for the next river to ski. Adam Chesney, he'd walk up to a window and smash it rather than clean it, just because he could. You see, we've all got things that we want to do. And Isogenics have got the money. They said they'll pay. They'll pay you if you want to do it, but you got to do it. Where's the dream? Where's the passion? Where's the boiling blood that's going to get you out there and go, well, hell, they're paying other people. Why don't they pay me? I'll go and do the work. I've got a dream, and I'm not going to stay at home. I'm not going to stay silent. I will do this. And we will disrupt everybody around us. We'll disrupt their way of thinking. We'll disrupt their whole concept of what the heck they think it is that we're doing. So, guys, that's it for me for tonight. I'm unmuting everybody again. Thank you so much for all your time tonight. I hope you
Absolutely brilliant.
Very good, Tim.
I hope it bears the fruit that I see. I hope you grasp the potential it's got. And let's just go out and do some real disrupting, okay?
Yeah.
All righty.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate.
All right. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for doing all the work for us.
No worries.
Brilliant.
Thanks, Maria.
See you later, everyone. Brilliant.
Good night.
Good night.
Top night.
Thank you, Glenn. As well.
Good night. Thanks, Glenn.
Okay.
Talk soon.
Righto.
Thanks, Tim.
Bye.
So we go leaving.
Click.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now I'm waiting for Kev. Everybody else has got to go off.
Oh, you're going to talk to Kev.
Yeah.
Sounded good from what I could hear.
Alrighty.
Hello, Darren. Fantastic, mate, isn't it? Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Alrighty.
On the phone to Darren. Tim can still see me on the thing. I don't know. I haven't got out of it yet. I haven't logged out. Yeah. Yeah, I am. No, you're right. It's just trying to log it out.
Yeah, just waiting. Kev, are you there?
Oh, good. Can you hear me, Tim?
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I was just going to catch up to you with a quick chat. Turns out Zebby's pops ended up with bowel cancer.
Say that again.
Zebby's pop
Oh, yep.
has ended up with bowel cancer.
Oh, bloody hell. Okay.
Audrey's already going to organise to send up some bee product for him.
Yep.
I was just trying to get some information across to Audrey about the apricot kernels.
Okay. Do you want me to send you an email with some info on that?
Yeah, that'd be good, please.
All right. I'll get that across to you, mate.
That'd be fantastic. Thank you.
Yep.
Make sure.
All right. Otherwise, fantastic night. Thank you very much.
Now, the other thing with the apricot seeds is don't tell the doctor, for God's sake, that he's taken them.
Yeah.
Right? Because the doctors go into bloody mental meltdown the minute you talk about it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yep.
So, no, but I wanted to give him the option, yeah?
Sure. Yeah, mate. No, I'll send you up some stuff tomorrow. It'll be on your email.
Excellent. Thank you very much, and thank you for everything you've set up here. I'm going to use what I can. I'm struggling, but I'm not giving up.
No, mate. Well, you'll be able to just send it out as an email or send it out on your phone.
Yep. Too cool.
Easy done, mate.
And I've put my picture up of a new car, and instead of just being a little car, I've decided, well, if I'm going to buy a Ford, it may as well be a GT40.
Oh well, that'll piss you off, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, mate. I might have to review our friendship, but that's okay.
Well, I thought I'd better, up the ante a little,
Yeah.
Like a Mustang will be nice for now.
Now, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Even a 1994 two-door V8 Mercedes would be all right too,
You're a nice car, mate.
They were only worth about, what, 290 grand or something when no one knew?
Yeah, that's right. But you pick them up today for probably $5,000.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Yep, no, they're a bloody beautiful car.
Yeah. No, good, mate. Good.
So trying to keep the dream alive, even if I'm getting kicked in the teeth, mate. That's why I got false teeth. I think I'm all good. Can't knock any more out.
That's right. Yeah, I just take them out and you can go for your life, right?
That's it, mate.
Yeah, all righty, Kev.
All right, thanks for all your support.
No worries, mate. Anytime. I'll send you that stuff tomorrow.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Okay, good night.
All right, night.